Here we are. We have to move from outside to inside. This is not a real professional video, but I did want to take the opportunity while I was here in Kentucky, just to be able to hear from two high achievers who have taken a dream and gone for it, and they're not done yet. So, next goals, Danielle.
Next goals, executive director, and I believe it's two more, right? Two more directors. So my next goal is executive director and an in-ground pool.
That's not a bad goal. What about you, Leanne?
I want to work on getting the girls to at least VIP and then moving them.
So we're working with your gals and getting them moved up in leadership.
I've got a lot of new ones and we need to get them moved up.
You know, this is such a unique in-home business opportunity, and I don't. A lot of people don't really realize what we do. I still get asked that all the time, and really, we change lives through our unique in-home spa, where we go in and actually pamper women in the privacy of their home. It's sort of like a day spa we bring to them, and it's fun. All right, and so women love that. So when I'm doing that, I feel like I'm really making a difference. When I bring someone into business, I feel like I'm making a difference. When a woman's skin changes and she's never had great skin, I feel like I'm making a difference. So I think our business is really all about that. Now I'm going to ask you something kind of different, and I wanted to know what you guys would say to someone about being on the Marshall national team. And if it's not nice, don't say it. Boys, we didn't rehearse this. Okay, so what would you say is neat about being a part of a team? Because I know that both of you in this goal, you wouldn't admit it, but we're going for a big goal in the next few years, and so we want our name so we can sit in our own seats.
That's right.
So tell me what it means to be a part of the national team.
You want to start? Okay. To me, being part of our national team, and I can only talk about our team specifically because I know all these ladies, but being a part of this team has introduced me to so many amazing ladies. You and several other directors on our team. I know one, I call her my stepmother because she's been such an amazing mentor. But just being, whenever you're surrounded by greatness, it makes you feel like you can achieve greatness as well. And the confidence that the backbone of the team has given me, knowing that I've got all these ladies in my corner, that I can call at 9:30 at night. Forgetting about the time change.
The Central Time, Eastern Time thing's not really going real well yet. But,
right.
Yeah.
And when you're part of a team, you've got those ladies that you can call and say, I had a really bad spa tonight. And, we're all going to say back to the other, well, that's okay, because you're going to have a great one the next night.
And right?
When you're surrounded by, they say to hang around who you want to be like. Whenever you surround yourself with positive people and like-minded individuals, whether it be success, peace, or something like that you're looking for, then it's going to help shape you into exactly what you're looking for and who you want to be.
How about you, Leanne?
Well, it's the support. It's all about the support. I have been in a couple of multi-level marketings before, and it was horrible. I didn't know what I was doing, never did know what I was doing, and I get into beauty control, and I have all the support that I can call at any time. She has listened to me a lot.
Well, she's listened to me too, so we've kind of done this together.
Yes, that's the whole point, isn't it? I mean, it's just the cool part, and I think that so many people and I know I've had it said to me, and I'm sure y'all have had it said to you too, well, I'm not like you, or I'm just not outgoing, or I can never be as successful as you. And really, the success comes from just, as you said earlier, persistence and never giving up. We've all had bad spas. In fact, one day I'm going to write a book that's called Leanne's Spa Diary. And maybe we should just do it as a team, because then we can all just put our own stories. But it's like
already.
anything worth having in life is, it's a challenge. If it were easy, everybody would do it. And I think that's what makes the victory so sweet. I think last night that's what makes it so sweet, when we're celebrating this huge promotion that you just had, and knowing that you paid a price, but doesn't it feel great when you know that you gave something everything and you accomplished that goal that you went after?
Yes, absolutely. But I have a wonderful team.
Yes, you do.
I do.
She has an amazingly supportive team.
A wonderful team, and I love every one of them.
Well, and they know that. And I'll always
And
have to
they love
say
her.
that, I know
I have
they
never
do.
seen a group of ladies love someone so much. They love her so much. They are so proud of her.
Well, it was really neat. Earlier in the month, we did a conference call with the team, and they were so excited, and just watching them last night, because they were beaming. I mean, literally beaming with excitement. So is there anything else that you guys would like to add from your heart to someone out there that they just want to make a little extra income, or want to become a director like you, and be more than they ever thought they could be? What would you say because both of you, and this probably is my last question, have achieved success rather quickly, statistically, in our company. What would you say, because I know, Danielle, you came to Celebration, right after Celebration, your first celebration, you went home and decided you were going to become a director. You promoted out by April of that year.
I think it was 9 months that I was working.
9 months. And then now, almost a year later, or a little over a year later, you're a senior director. So, what would you say to someone who would want to do the same thing? How do you feel like you've had so much success?
I changed my attitude about me.
You changed your attitude, huh? About you.
About me. And my only advice that I can give to somebody is don't devalue yourself. Don't tell yourself that, no, I can't do that, or no, this business isn't for me, and like you said earlier, I'm not like you. Because honestly, when the first time I met you, I was sitting there like, that's the kind of person it takes. Because I am so out of my league.
I just love that. I think that's hilarious. Yeah, that's funny.
Leanne's very intimidating when you meet her. And she doesn't even mean to be. You don't. But it just,
She's nice, and she's beautiful, and she's outgoing.
You are. You're successful, and you're gorgeous, and that can be very intimidating for someone that had low self-esteem. But once I changed my attitude and got out of my own head,
Ooh, that's good. Yeah.
I decided that I could do more than what a small town rural girl could do, because by all means, our town, I'm supposed to be barefoot in the kitchen right now instead of sitting here.
Yeah, because I'm sure the ladies that are watching this video right now can't tell that y'all from Kentucky, right? Or that I'm from Georgia and Tennessee, no doubt. But
I've tried to get rid of it. The accent doesn't go. You can take the girl out of Kentucky, but not the Kentucky out of the girl.
That's true. What about you, Leanne? Have you noticed a change in yourself? I know, to me, this is a personal development business more than anything.
It is.
Anything you discovered about yourself or learned over the last few months?
Well, when I set my mind to it, I can do it. And, I grew up, and my mother had a struggle. I lost my father when I was young. And so my mother did teach me good values, go for what you can, and you can get. very hard in life if you push yourself. But it's not easy not being able to do that with comfort. And in this job, you have to get out of your comfort zone to be able to accomplish something. And that, I've done that. I've got out of the comfort zone several times.
They say our greatest success lies just outside our comfort zone.
Outside my comfort zone.
I know y'all heard me say this a lot, but do something every day that makes you grossly uncomfortable, and you will succeed. Because if you're waiting to feel comfortable, that's never going to happen. Because it's just a numbers game, and but it's at the end of the day, if you focus on helping enough other people, you will be successful. So, is there anything I might have left out that you guys might want to add or
Be
say?
consistent.
Be consistent.
Be consistent. You can't jump from one day to the other and say, well, I'm not going to do anything today. I'm going to lay on the couch and watch SVU marathons and feel sorry for myself. I've done that. Because once you start doing that, getting comfortable doing that, your calendar is going to get empty, and it's very hard to refill that calendar. So keep your calendar full, although if it does get empty, as long as you keep being consistent, it may take a minute, but you will see the results of your activity. Not right away, but as long as you just keep going, then you will
It's a
see the
momentum
results.
business.
It is.
It's a momentum business, and I think what a lot of women who are watching this probably think is because when they're early on in their business and they're trying to get their calendar full, it's not real easy at first, especially if they don't know a lot of people in the area or their family and friends aren't being supportive. But this business is not always about trying to find the next spot, because once you get your initial bookings and you're booking from those, it's really you're not sitting at home all the time just looking for leads.
Mm-hmm.
And of course the business spas, that's a great, I know you've been doing some school spas.
Love school
School
spas.
spas, business spas are a great way to get yourself in front of new people. It gets yourself outside that little comfort zone of our family and friends. And I know for me, that's when I started really blossoming, was when I just started believing in myself just a little bit at a time. But I was, when I got out and away from the people that I felt were probably watching me really, really closely to see if I was going to be successful or not. So, something else?
Well, I do think that when you do recruit and they want to get into the business part of it, I do think that really just take them by the hand and guide them through it, and don't leave them out there in the cold, because that's where they drop off. If you teach them as much as you can cram into their minds. At one time, I know it scares them at times, but if you just persistently, consistently teach them, they will learn it, and get them started with doing the first spa. Go and help them with it.
And that's one thing I want to ask you about, because I know when we're doing a lot of recruiting, people say it's really hard to go do parties for all of their new people. But would you say that that's been a huge reason for your volume to be business going? Because I know you've not just done them yourself, but you've gone.
I've gone.
Yeah.
I've gone to several. I've had, everybody that I have recruited, and I have gone to spas who someone else recruited but didn't teach them anything. So I have followed up because they wanted to do the business. So they're my team.
Right.
So I wanted them to know as much as I could possibly tell them or teach them, and get them started to where they can succeed. And so we did lots of spas.
Even if it's just to qualify them.
Just to qualify.
She would go and do a spa just to make sure they qualified themselves.
And got their little extra
Their
product
extra-
so they could get their
products.
business started.
Absolutely. And I think that does develop a sense of confidence. And I always say the worst thing that can happen when you go to a wellness spa for someone, even if they're a wholesale consumer, let's say they're just in the business just to get their products at cost, I always love to do a spa with them, because you never know the flip switch, the switch might flip. Is that what I'm trying to say?
I would scratch that.
Yeah, scratch that.
You never would, and they would want to do the
And that was
business.
start back at, you never
Okay.
know, because the door was moving and I actually even looked
Yeah,
over.
yeah, I got you. You never know what someone's gonna do with it. And the worst thing that can come out of me going to help you do your first spot as a new consultant is if you decide for any reason that night you're not gonna do the business, I'll be more than happy to take those bookings and continue on with my business. It really just goes back to the helping others part. So I know a lot of times when I've maybe just had so many new consultants that I might hold a spot in my home and have them bring people. But most of the time I really try to get them just in front of a few family and friends at least. Because most of the time when someone joins a business, they're getting skincare, right? So it's nice to be able to introduce them to the makeup as well, because that's a whole other side of what we do. So I always figure the worst thing that can come out of it is I can take the bookings that night, and if she happens to get some recruits, and she does want to work the business, I can do that as well. But it's, I'm very glad you say that, because I know that you've done a lot of that in the last